Hi, good day and welcome to this edition of TYPP, the Young Productive Person. Our aim and our vision is to see young people living right, living productive lives, and living out their purpose in full potential. And I have with me here to discuss today a few friends. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Miss Grace.
Okay.
Amos Benjamin.
Okay.
Miss Anne.
All right. You guys are highly welcome. Miss Anne, Amos, Grace. I'm so happy to have you here today to discuss. Today, friends, we'll be discussing something that's seriously been abused in this generation. It's something that is abnormal, but this generation has adjusted it to become normal, and people feel comfortable indulging in it. People prefer to call it sex, premarital sex or extramarital sex, because calling it by these names, it makes it less of a sin and it makes it very light and simple. It's just sex. So everybody just indulge in it because it's simple. But when you call it by their names, which is sexual immorality, fornication or adultery, it becomes very heavy. It becomes very, it looks like a sin. So people get uncomfortable indulging in it because it's fornication, it's a sin, it's against God. But because they've adjusted it, it has become a norm. Everybody are indulging in it. And it's a very painful reality that is ravaging high percentage of young people in this generation. It's very pathetic that even 13 years old, 16 years old, they are indulging in sexual immorality. And we have find ourselves in a generation that, as a young person, people will hardly believe your testimony that you are not involved in sexual immorality, because it has become a normal thing, like it's celebrated. And it's very crazy that in this generation, living right, maintaining purity has become abnormal and something archaic. And living in sin now is normal and it's just celebrated. Once you are doing it, you are a big boy, you are a big girl, and it's very, very wrong. And that's why with regards to this video, with regards to this discussion, I want us to raise a campaign to say no to premarital sex, say no to sexual immorality. So friends, in a short while we'll just discuss briefly. You guys will respond in a short while to some questions I'll be asking, and we're done. And I just pray that the Spirit of God will give us utterance so that the words you speak, even if it is a young person, that the life will be affected. In Jesus. And so viewers, as you watch this video, please be open and stay connected. Please don't mind our insufficiency in knowledge, composure, or English. We are young people. The few will have to offer. I believe and trust God that as you open your heart, you will get something that will help you in life. And I pray that the grace of God will be released unto you to say no to premarital sex and sexual immorality. Thank you. Okay, so friends, as we all know, premarital sex, sexual immorality, what does it really mean? Like, this is what we're discussing, and we're trying to establish the fact that this is wrong, and people should run from it, and people should avoid it, people should stop it. First of all, we have to know what it is and confirm the fact that, or back up the fact that this is wrong. So let me start from Amos. Sorry, what is premarital sex?
All right, thank you very much. Premarital sex simply means having a carnal knowledge of the opposite sex or partner before marriage. That is simple definition of premarital sex.
Okay.
Then the Bible also talked about it in Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. The Bible said marriage is honorable and the bed undefiled. But fornicators and adulterers God will punish. Fornicators, they talked about premarital sex. Then in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 from verse 18 to 20, From verse 18, the Bible talked about how we should flee sexual immorality. Then, coming to verse 19, the Bible said our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And anyone that defiles the temple, that's in verse 20 now, God is going to destroy the person. Okay, thank you.
All right. That's wonderful, Mr. Amos. It's actually very wrong. And I would love us to call it by the name fornication, because that's what it actually means. Since we are not trying to adjust it here, also we are trying to expose it. So it is called fornications, and we have established that it is wrong and it's against God. So that's that. Then now we've known and established the fact that this is actually wrong. So now, what can we say? Well, what's the cause? What causes people to go into sexual immorality or premarital sex? Can I start from Ms. Grace?
Okay, thank you for that wonderful question.
Okay.
One of the cause is intimacy with the wrong association.
Yeah.
You know, we are all human beings and we are social beings. We love associating and we love relating with people. So the kind of people you relate with matters a lot. If you relate with people that whenever you come close, they are talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, how they were turned on last night, all those kind of things, it will influence in a negative way. All they discuss is negativity. All they discuss does not have a benefit in your life. That kind of thing will influence you in the negative way, and it will lead to immorality. Secondly, environmental influence and poor upbringing, like our family and our neighborhood. If you have the kind of people that they don't have the fear of God, all what they do, they don't have the fear of God, or you have a family whereby your parents don't give you a self-education, she feels you are too small, she feels you don't know anything about it, but someone is already influencing you in a negative way, and you feel what the person is saying is right, because your parents have not yet put you through. So such can also lead to it. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. That's really wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Grace, for that contribution. Like, it's actually true. The wrong association. It's not just mingling with the wrong association. She meant intimacy, like being so into the wrong association. You are always with these people all the time, every minute, every second you are with them. Surely they must influence you, because association is contagious. Like, you must surely contact something from the person you are relating with, from the person you associate with. That's true. And when all they bring out is negativity, that's what you digest, and it pushes you to get involved in sexual immorality. Thank you for that, Ms. Grace. I'm so grateful. And Mr. Amos, over to you. Is there something you'd like to offer?
Yeah, there are a lot of causes, like numerous causes, why people involved in sexual immorality or premarital sex.
Okay.
She just dealt with a few points. I'm also going to talk about a few points, and I believe my sister also will deal with a lot of points. Now, the first point I have here is pressure.
Pressure.
Now, pressure is like a force, a strong force that drives one to do something. Now, the pressure could be a pressure from within and from without. Now, talking about the pressure from within. Now, our system, the way God created us, our system, our hormone, it's natural in us. We have this sexual urge. God has built it in us. It's inbuilt. It's inherent. So this pressure will keep on pushing us to do something else, like to involve ourselves in sexual immorality. So, and our heart, the mind is just like a glass cup. Whenever death enters, it settles. And whenever it's stirred up, these deaths will keep popping up. The lust that has accumulated in the heart will keep on coming out, and you see yourself doing what is wrong, what is you should not do.
Also pressures you.
Yes, pressure you to do what you shouldn't do. Then, the pressure from without our environments, the peer pressures. It could be a case of a boy and a girl getting into a relationship. A boy and a girl, I said.
Yeah.
Underline the boy and the girl getting into a relationship. Now, the boy, or one of the the partner will be pressurizing the other one, maybe over and over again for sex,
Yeah.
and after a very long time, you'll be tempted to give in.
Giving.
Yeah.
True.
Then that's the first point. Then secondly, curiosity.
Okay.
Curiosity. We've been hearing about sex is sweet, sex is that, this and that. A lot of things have popped up in us, like have been inculcated in us.
Yeah.
Then, as young people, we have this spirit of daring things, want to dare things, want to try things out. Then, this we are curious, want to know what is this sex they are talking about, want to do it, want to practice it and see what they are talking about. So it pushes us to end up in this fornication or sexual immorality. Thank you very much.
All right. Wow, that's a wonderful one, Mr. Amos. Like pressure, curiosity. Like I think I would like to speak from that pressure you said. Pressure, I believe, is the major cause of people going into sexual immorality. Pressure from inside. You know, it's when you have an enemy on the inside that the enemy on the outside can easily pull you down. So it's because you have the pressure from the inside and the pressure from your surrounding. It easily pulls someone down, like pressure. Pressure, the hormones, when our body gets up, we really want to get it satisfied, and everything you're seeing around are things that will try to make you get your body satisfied. The way people dress, living, the lifestyle of people around are things that will push you to get his body satisfied. So pressure and even curiosity. Young people, we are so anxious. We want to know, and people get themselves stuck in some place that make them regret all the days of their life or something. So that's a wonderful one. And Miss Anne, I don't know if you have something for us.
Yes. One of the things that cause premarital sex in teenage life is when we expose our hearts to negativity, and then we nurture them, we give them space in our hearts. When you expose your mind to negative thoughts, the kind of things we hear, the kind of things we see around, and the type of things we read, they have a lot of role to play in our life. Yes. When you open your mind and you just read a story, and after you finish reading this story, it will start coming back in your head. It will start coming back and you start thinking about it. Once you give it a thought in your heart, it will start affecting you immediately once it's negative. And if it's a positive something, it will affect you in a positive part. So one of the major things that cause premarital sex is the type of thing we expose ourselves to, the type of thing we expose ourselves, and secondly, our determination. What the type of determination we have. Like when you are young, you say, once I get to this stage, whether married or not, I will get down, I will do this or that. Maybe you are not into it for any benefit. It's not for any benefit. But because you made up your mind, once you get there, you just do it. Thank you.
Okay, wow, that's beautiful. Thank you very much. I think I really love that. Like you say, determination, what you set for yourself, like you set a target for yourself. And that's something that's actually not very good. It's good if you set positive standards for yourself, like this is where you want to go, and that's very, very okay. But when you set a standard for yourself, like when I become 17 or 18 years, I'll get into a relationship, I'll have a boyfriend, I'll do this one. All these things can be something that will stir up something in you to push you into sexual immorality and exposing yourself to negativity. And she didn't just say exposing, she said you nurture it. It's when you continue to nurture it, and it grows to an extent that it takes over you. That's when you see yourself falling. So, because they say you cannot stop the bird from flying over your head, but you can stop it from pulling on your head. So those thoughts may come, but it is when you start nurturing them, giving them space, that it grows. And when you have the opportunity to do it, those thoughts that you've nurtured will just come out and you see yourself indulging in it. So I think I enjoyed that one very well, Miss Anne. Thank you for that wonderful contribution, and I pray that God will help our viewers in Jesus' name.